feel like Twitter is a horrible place.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Void here with the Sauce Boss, and today we're bringing a heavy hitter, hoping not to get blacklisted by any companies, but we are going to be doing a tier list of a bunch of popular companies. I'll show them on screen somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but if you're working for one of these companies that gets put in like the CD tier, don't feel bad. It's okay. We're just doing this for entertainment purposes. Like, it's fun. Don't worry about it. If you're in tech, you're a software engineer, like, you're still in the top like 10% of people, so earners. So don't feel bad about it. This is just for fun, and let's get on with the blacklisting.
No.
Our first company that we're going to be talking about is Amazon.
The big A.
I laugh a little here because he knows my opinions.
That's true.
I'm not the biggest Amazon fan, if you didn't know.
A lot of these companies are very team dependent, right? Like, it depends what team you end up, how your work-life balance is, and how much you get to like learn and do. And I feel like Amazon is one of those companies where I've heard more people than not have bad experiences. Now, I don't know personally, and people I do know who have there are people who have good experiences. They have good teams too. But I feel like the culture is very work hard, play hard. Maybe not so much play. So yeah. I would put Amazon in the C tier.
C tier?
C tier, yeah. Because I think you can see what they're doing with their packaging.
So are we comparing them to each other on this list?
Yeah, this is like just within this list. Like, actually, okay. I'm looking at these companies right now. And I don't think that, like, in the grand scheme of companies, any of these would be below B tier. And like, if you had like Walmart and not like
but Amazon,
I think C tier. I think there's worse companies out there. Okay, wait, the deal breaker for me for Amazon is they don't have free food. They have bananas and tea.
Okay, and yeah, that sucks.
That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker, man.
They backload their RSU schedules, which I absolutely hate. You have to stay there like 4 years to get like most of your stocks. And they make people work hard. I'm putting them in D.
In D tier. Okay, no, I think okay, come on. Like, you got to give them a little bit. Like, for all that stuff, they do have some really cool teams and really cool products. And the teams that are good, like I have friends who are on teams and they loved it so much they wanted to go back in full time, even though they had like other really good offers because, you know, they had good experiences on those teams. So I think that it's C tier because you can have the opportunity. Because
there are
really
okay teams.
Yeah. I don't think that if you work at Amazon, you're
They do have
to
Audible on Twitch.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give them C.
Thank you. Okay, good.
So next we got the Big Apple.
Apple.
Oh. Shoot, I forgot to mention something.
What?
So I actually have tabs of levels.fyi of each of these companies we want to look at their specific pay.
Huh.
So that could be something interesting too, to help with our decisions. And I can put the numbers on screen somewhere. I don't know where. But here are Apple's. I kind of know Amazon's already just from hearing knowing people.
Yeah.
But here are Apple's.
This is their new grad?
Yeah, new grad.
Good. Yeah. Not bad numbers, but I don't know, man. Okay, so here's my opinion on Apple. I'm an Android user. I've always used Android. I've used the Mac, and that's like the only Apple product that I think is kind of solid is MacBooks. I think from what I have experienced in their like recruiting efforts, they're kind of they want their employees to use the products and be very passionate about the products, and I'm just not. And so I don't think I'd ever work at Apple, and I kind of would put it in C tier.
I actually have a story about this. So I was at a career fair in line for Apple, like sophomore year or something, and they handed me an iPad and I had to fill out this form. But I accidentally clicked something or like did some gesture on the screen and it went away and I couldn't figure out what I did. So I clearly didn't use their products. So I just left the line.
Yeah.
And they pay good benefits.
They pay good, yeah. They pay good.
I don't think they have free food.
No.
And they're in Cupertino. Cupertino's
San Francisco or Cali area. Yeah. I'm saying D tier, man. I'm pulling D tier. It's just because I don't like Apple. You know, I'm an Apple hater. I hate Steve Jobs.
I cannot warrant putting them below Amazon.
Okay, C tier then. I can't either. You're right. I don't think there's Amazon. But you know, I don't really think there's a product at Apple that I know of that I'd want to work on. So that's why I would say low. C, I'll compromise.
Okay, cool. Next we got Dropbox. I don't know too much about
I don't know too much about Dropbox either.
So let's see what the pays are like.
That's pretty good. It's better than
high,
Apple.
dude.
Yeah, better than Apple. Surprises me.
These are pretty crazy. I've never heard bad things, but I've never heard good things.
I've never heard anyone who's worked at Dropbox.
I know one guy that's worked at Dropbox. I do know their interviews are hard. Like I've done their online assessments and they're tough. I do think they're pretty well respected in tech. Like
they're like have a large
them on your resume,
infrastructure. Like I'm sure they seem like a good company. And see, I've never really used their product and I don't really like their product. And I don't know how much they have beyond their cloud
I'm not a
services.
big fan of their product either, but I do have respect for their company and the engineers.
Oh, yeah,
pay is really good.
I think I think it's another C tier. I think this whole list is going in C tier.
Okay,
put it in C tier.
We can put it in C.
Uh-huh.
All right, next we got
Big
Facebook.
Blue Facebook. I'm biased. I'm gonna put it in S tier right away.
S tier?
Instantly.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I worked there for 2 years. And yeah, but okay. So to be honest, I think Facebook. When I first was gonna work for them, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do there? Right? All they have is the Blue app. That's what I thought at the time. But then when I got there, I was like, okay, they actually have so much more. So I'm a huge AI kind of guy, and they have PyTorch, and I got to work on PyTorch, and so that was just really like. Very cool. Love the products, and the corporate culture I think is actually more transparent and relaxed than I would have thought of. Like people do work very hard at Facebook, but there's not as much pressure to work hard as I would have thought from like management and things like that. So I think and their pay is like pretty much industry best, especially if you intern and then go full time.
Yeah, the pay is like really up there, barring like it's better than almost everything, barring unicorns and hedge funds.
Lots of good products, and you get promoted at Facebook. They have like a pretty fast promotion cycle, and you get to take a lot of work on. And it's like being new in a career, I'm kind of looking for that kind of acceleration. So
the only thing I can see as cons are compared to some companies. There are some teams that work more.
That's true.
Their reputation is kind of rough.
Yeah, reputation. That's something like, you know, sometimes
like in the programming world, they're respected.
Right, but in the public world, you're going to have to tell your family, like, I work for Facebook, and they're going to be like, are you trying to take away my free speech? So yeah,
I'm going to say A.
I'll compromise. I'll compromise with A just because the public perception thing.
All right, next up, the one I'm biased on. So we got Google.
Easy.
I think they have the best perks in the industry, and one of the best like brands, like reputation wise. Very like highly respected in the engineering world. A lot of the videos I've made that have the word Google in it, they get the highest views.
Well, it's on YouTube,
reason.
which is their platform.
A lot of products, cool platforms, good pay.
See, for
me,
I'm putting
it at S.
Okay, I think
Google am biased too.
Google has a little slower of a promotion cycle.
True.
There's more steps. It's kind of more bureaucratic in that sense to go up in the company.
You got to get like an application reviewed. It's very academic.
Right. And so I think personally that brings it down to A tier for me, just because I think it's very similar to Facebook. And so if you're putting Facebook in A tier, I think Google's got to go in A tier too.
I think that's a fair. Okay.
I think they're very similar companies.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So now we got the biggest, baddest company of the 90s.
I'm getting chills.
IBM.
I'm sure there's like a great respected company in like they have Watson. They had some really great developments come out in their heyday, but as a young person, I think they're not cool. You know, they're not cool amongst the new generation. They kind of have this reputation of being a little older in tech, and so they kind of move a little slower. As a reputation, I don't know. I haven't worked there, and I don't really know many people that have worked there.
Oh, you know what? Let me pull up the pay since we don't really know a whole lot about them. So it's like 98,000.
Which is it's a very good job. Like I said at the beginning of the video.
I will say, one of their main offices is here in Austin, so it's like lower cost of living. So 98,000 in Austin is like, that's great.
Yeah.
You're doing really well. But yeah, I agree. Like, there hasn't been anything for a while.
Right. None of the products coming out of IBM really excite me right now. And I don't, like, just by reputation, I feel like they're an older company, so they'd work a little slower. So on impressions, I'd say maybe put it in D tier, but I don't know enough. You know, I could be missing out on some major things.
Nah, I'm putting it in D tier. Let's do it.
If someone works at IBM and watching this video, comment, say, come on, just say like why you think is better than D. I need to know facts.
I don't know any of their products that are even out right now.
All I know is Watson from way back when. That was IBM, right? Watson, the Jeopardy thing.
Didn't they have that chess thing?
No, I don't know. Okay, well,
now we're at Indeed. So I don't know the pay for this one either, so I'm gonna pull that up right now. 152,000. Their main ones are Seattle and Austin.
Good locations.
That's a lot.
Good locations. I like those locations a lot.
I really like the product, not so much for software engineers, but I like it for the general public. I think it's really useful and it actually benefits people. And I like the company. Like, everyone I've ever met from Indeed, like, has a lot of fun. They don't work terribly hard for the pay, but they still, like, do cool stuff, make new features. Yeah. I like them.
I mean, yeah, you're making some good points. I don't know so much about Indeed, so I can't really comment on a lot of these things. So I trust a lot of that. But that being said, like, I don't really know what they have beyond their job searching platform. Do they have
other stuff. I want to say they have some kind of resume feedback thing too.
Okay. Yeah.
Some other stuff like that. Yeah, they're not as diverse as some of these other companies on here.
So I'd say they're a solid B tier then. I think they're solid B tier. Yeah, it sounds like they do one product and they do it like really like one type of product, one area that they do really well. And I think that if you want to work in that could be an S tier for you.
All right, now we got a big boy right here, Jane Street. If you don't know who Jane Street is, they're a hedge fund, right?
They're a quant.
They're a quant?
Yeah, it's pretty similar things. They just do kind of like algorithmic trading or something along those lines. Yeah.
So I know that they're known as like, they're known as like the highest paying like...
internship? Job? Both?
Maybe both. But they also have like, or at least I've heard they have a pretty good work-life balance compared to other financial algorithmic trading type stuff. They're hard to get, but...
I know where I want to put it.
I'm putting it in S.
I'm putting S tier, yeah.
All right, next we got Lyft.
I like their product. I use their product a lot.
I love their product, too. I also love their, like... I like their marketing or, like, I don't know what it
Outreach?
is, but... Yeah, because they're partnered with, like, a lot of my credit cards. Referral
schools.
Links down below. But, the Lyft pink thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's really nice. So... and their pay.
I don't know if I believe that number that's a very high number.
I have heard they're one of the highest paying companies in tech. So I believe the number.
Yeah. And they're a unicorn. So well, I guess they're public now, but they were a unicorn.
Yeah.
But I think location, not that there's anything wrong with California for some people, but I just don't know if it's major for me. And I don't know if the company is going to be, because you're right, their stock has been kind of all over. So I don't know when they're going to be able to turn a profit. Right. I don't know when they're going to be able to turn a profit. And if you really want stability in your work, I don't know if they're there yet.
See, but for my thing is, I don't know anyone that works there, so I can't speak to the work-life balance, but...
That's true.
I can speak to, like, the reputation of it is, like, up there. Like, it's as good as anyone, basically. Or as the best. But so is the pay, so is the reputation, so is the prestige. The location is... Bay Area.
Yeah.
That's where all the tech is.
I'm going to put it in A tier. I think A tier. I think it's a good A tier. I think it's the weakest of the A tiers we have right now, if we have them there. Just because they don't have as diverse of a product right now. It's mostly just core transportation related, ride sharing.
I think that, like, uncertainty in the stock kind of makes me put it in B.
B? I'll compromise. I'll go to B. I'll compromise down to B. Yep.
Right, next, we got Microsoft.
You're probably biased.
I'm biased.
I've interviewed there, and so I have only kind of based off of impressions, and I know a lot of people that have worked there, and what I've heard is like to start a career, if you're really looking to accelerate fast and work on like products, you may have a tough time getting on a team that kind of fits the niche that you want at Microsoft. So I don't know if it's going to be the same level as Facebook and Google for me, but I've heard they have really great work culture. I've heard the work culture is amazing. They have some really, really awesome products that you use every day, and they're really focused on kind of making those more accessible. So they have a really cool mission. I think they should go in A tier.
I love their mission too.
Yeah, I think they should go in A tier because they're really respectable company. They may not be the best for like my personal growth, but you know, if you have some interest aligned in like operating systems or something like that, or cloud computing, I don't really think there's a better company.
I actually think they might be the most stable tech company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't think you get more secure than Microsoft.
Because they've already been through They've already been through big lawsuits and things like that.
They pay really, really well. They actually pay better than Google in Seattle without negotiating for new grads. I've heard where their pay kind of flounders or plateaus. Once you get to those like senior levels, it's not as competitive with like your Google and Facebook. But for new grad, I think it's just as competitive. And everyone I know that's like going there are like great people. Microsoft is really good at picking people.
Yeah.
So
I think they're A.
I think they're A, yeah.
Yeah. I can't put them at S.
They don't have free food.
Yeah.
Which kind of
can't put them at S for that.
Next we got Square.
I don't know enough about Square.
Dude, okay.
Only thing about Square I know is when I like buy stuff and I get the receipt. That's Square, right?
Square is right here. Yeah, that's Square. The little white thing. And the cash
I like
registers.
it. It works really well.
They do have this phone attachment.
I've seen that. I've seen
that. That thing's really cool.
I really like their product, but
their pay is really good.
Yeah. Where's location? Seattle? Yeah, I see a lot of California's on here. New York, California.
Georgia.
Interesting. I think I like their product a lot, but I think this is kind of another Lyft style company where they are
it definitely is.
Indeed style company where they do one thing and they do it really well. And I just kind of like having that me personally like having that really big company with a lot of different opportunities and
I don't
growth
think that's the case.
You don't think that
No, I don't know if you know this, but they actually own Weebly and Cash App.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
see,
so those are
I
big
did not know
ones.
they own those things.
Those are huge.
Those are huge. That's good. I didn't know that.
So they're pretty diverse. I think they're going to keep growing like fast. I have a lot of their stock.
So you think A tier? You think they're A tier? I can read you like a book.
They're very respected.
See, I think they're top of B tier, maybe bottom of A tier. I don't know if I could push them to A because I just don't know if I would enjoy working on their product for me personally. And I don't know if they have that kind of...
I don't know their work-life balance. I feel like it's a little harder to work there just from the, I don't know, like the vibe of it. Yeah. I feel like it would be hard work.
Maybe, yeah.
Or at least a lot of hours.
I feel like if you're interested in kind of that financial transaction stuff, it would be a S tier for you, right? But for me personally, I just think it's a B tier. Because I think they do what they do. They do it really well. But I don't know if it's what I would want to do, you know?
Next, we got Stripe.
I don't know crap I was just about to say that. I don't know anything about Stripe. I don't know anything about Stripe other than they're supposed to be very good. I don't know by reputation that they're like a unicorn. So they're really hot to work at right now, right? But
yeah, what? Like, I don't know what they do.
They're financial, I think. Maybe something financial.
That's all I know. I think they're a competitor to Square.
I have like a guy. Oh, okay. I was gonna say C tier because I didn't know anything about him. I was gonna let's put him in the middle. But this numbers look really good.
They have reputation,
and they do have reputation. They have reputation. They're like the hottest unicorn right now. The Airbnb.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are.
So I put them in.
They're really hard to get.
I put them in B tier too because I just don't know enough to put them higher.
I'll put them. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like the numbers and reputation alone, I'll put it in B.
Yep. If I knew more, it could go up to A or S tier even. You know, it might be.
It could.
But I don't know enough.
All right, next we got Twitter.
I feel like Twitter is a horrible place.
Really?
Not the company, just like the website, you know. But I mean, it's getting better. I don't know. Actually, I've heard people say things like that. Like Twitter is just a total.
I've actually heard that it's really chill.
No, I'm not the company. I'm talking about the app still.
Oh.
Okay, the company. Yeah, I've heard good things about working at the company. I think that their product is kind of in this Wild West category right now. I think all of social media is still kind of like where no one really knows how to regulate it or what to do with it. And they're not nearly as big as Facebook or have diverse as
What do you think
products
about
as Facebook.
Jack?
Oh, the CEO?
Yeah.
I think he's fine. I don't really care about the CEO as a company. There are a lot of people are like, oh, Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and this and that, you know. And I think that they're all CEOs. You know, I don't really think that they're make or break for if I want to work there. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's really high.
It's good.
That salary's good. Specifically,
it is in They do have a really nice office in San Francisco too. So if you want to work in California, I think Twitter would be really.
They're like
good.
in San Francisco.
They're like in San Francisco. Yeah.
Huh.
So I think that they could be really good.
They're high paying. They're pretty chill, at least from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's from what I've heard too. But for me personally, their stock really isn't trending in the right direction for... Actually, I haven't seen it in a while. But
I haven't seen it in a while either. Let's
But from what I remember, they're kind of low on the stock ticker and they haven't really swung up. Oh no, they're doing pretty good for now.
They're doing... I don't see a lot of growth.
I don't see a lot of growth. That's the thing. Like I think their products kind of...
Do you think it's plateaued kind of? I do know people that use Twitter like use it adamantly. Mm-hmm. Like they tweet about everything. Like I gotta know when they made a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. I'm gonna put it at B.
That's a little high. I was gonna put it in C tier.
C?
I think C tier just because
I'm actually okay with C.
I don't think they're like... I personally don't see the growth direction enough. I think they're a company where you've done some time at Facebook, you've done some time at Google.
I'll compromise with C.
C tier.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
All right, last we got Uber.
Uber's a lot like Lyft.
Yeah, I mean...
But I will say I have had a bad personal experience with Uber. I had an interview with Uber and I got ghosted pretty much. So I was waiting for the whole... Like I tried emailing my recruiter. I was sitting there waiting for the phone call. I didn't get called. The whole hour went by and the next day I got a message where they said, hey, we're sorry. We had to move your interview. And I felt like that was kind of unprofessional. And I've heard from other people that they've had similar experiences. And this is for an internship position with Uber. I don't think their product's as viable as Lyft. I think they're losing market share. I don't think their self-driving is good.
More than Uber.
Yeah. I think that Uber is...
I will say the one thing that I think they are doing good with is Uber Eats right now during the pandemic. But I think that's like a flash in the pan, like one-time thing. I think that's going to start going down again.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even think it's profitable either.
I don't know.
And their salaries are like $168K to $223.
I'm putting them in D tier.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Uber fan.
Me neither. Sorry, Uber.
They also have a bad reputation.
Sorry, Uber. I think it's a solid list. And I think, if I'm being honest, I think I personally would work at anything C or higher. Like I could see myself, I could be happy at Dropbox or Twitter and maybe even Amazon or Apple if someone gets me an iPhone.
I actually kind of want to move Apple up.
You think?
I think they're better than the rest of the companies in C.
I agree. I think they have a diverser. I agree. Okay. They have more diverse products. They have like
B?
Really profitable
or S.
S B.
Okay. I think that's pretty fair. Personally, I would move Square up just because I'm a fan, but I compromised to B.
Okay. Yeah, I think this looks good. It's got like a nice...
I think this is pretty good too. Let me know what you guys think down below. What companies should we have added? Did we miss any? Did we put any majorly wrong? Should Stripe be an S, a D? Who knows? I don't know what Stripe is. I just know what they pay.
Like and subscribe.
Please do. That'll move you into the S tier.
Ooh.
All right. See ya.